Hello Starseed, welcome back to my channel. For those who are new, my name is Miroslava, Deep Metaphysical Chick. I am a Starseed coach, a serious high priestess, an artist, and a human. I'm everything. I am back with another video today. I'm actually feeling so inspired to just show up, to have fun, to share what goes on in my mind, and yeah, just to have conversations that are deep and just to show you also a little bit of how my mind works, because there's a lot going on in here. But yeah, I am just I'm in love. I'm gonna say it. I'm single as but I'm in love. And I want to share some of the realizations that I've had just today. Actually, I was listening to Dr. Joe Dispenza's episode on the School of Greatness podcast with what's his name? I can't remember his name. There were so many things that Dr. Joe Dispenza said about just how the mind works and how we hold on to the memories of the things that we've experienced in the past and how that keeps us from actually experiencing the love that we want to experience, because we are literally living in the past with our emotions. And so I actually took some notes of the quotes that he said, and I'm going to be sharing that with you and giving you a bit of my perspective and just to help you open your heart. So come with me, close your eyes right now. Open your heart. If you're looking for love, if you want love in your life, if you just want to feel more love yourself in your body, in your experience, in your reality, just open up. Close your eyes to open up, to open the heart, to activate those codes within yourself, the light codes, the crystalline DNA, your blueprint, your true raw essence. Just open up and smile, and let's dive in. All right, so I'm going to start with a little bit of a backstory, like what I've been experiencing this past few days and weeks and months, actually, and years. I've been, I'm someone that falls in love very easily because I see the goodness in people, like the big magic. And that usually leads to me being disappointed because it's like, girl, you're having so many expectations of this other person. Like they can't meet your standards because of the expectations that you have. And yeah, so I usually am very living in a fantasy, okay? And so for a few years after I experienced like a very traumatic love, and if you go back in my videos, I've shared some of those experiences in like the twin flame connection, and you go watch those videos if you want to know more about that. But I'm letting go of that love, the twin flame love, and even the twin flame label, because that's not the type of love that I want in my life. The love that this person brought into my life was very we weren't ready for each other when we met. There was a lot that he experienced in his past, a lot of trauma, and there was a lot of work that he needed to do, and there was also a lot of work that I needed to do. So we met at the perfect time to kind of awaken each other's greatness and magic, and then we separated to kind of find ourselves completely. This other person is so, I feel he's very happy now, and he's got a life, he's got a beautiful wife, he's got his own family going on now, and I can honestly say that I have forgiven him and I have fully released him. I've let go completely of this person. And when I see him being happy, I don't follow him, we don't have each other on social media, like it's not like I'm keeping up, no, but like there one time I did go looking for him because I needed to know if I was over it, or if I could actually, because I wanted to open up to love and to be with another person. And so I was like, well, am I ready? Like, is this something that I'm ready for? And so I looked for him, and I saw that he was married and that they had a beautiful family and a beautiful life going on. And in that moment when I saw that, I was like, oh my God, I can finally let go. And I realized that the reason I wasn't able to let go before is because I felt like I had this responsibility for his happiness. Like I couldn't let go because I wanted him to be happy. And when I saw that he was happy, I was finally able to release him into to free myself as well. And so yeah, that's something that's been going on. And I met someone new. And that's why I was doing like all the realizations and going back in time and like, is this something that I want? And yeah, this is something that I want. But again, we met at the perfect time because with this new person, because I needed to level up. There was still a lot that I was holding on to, that I was carrying from things that I experienced with this other person, but then also with other people before him. And so, yeah, when I was listening to the podcast with Dr. Joe Dispenza, I'm going to leave it linked in the description so you can go check it out. And oh my gosh, just everything that was coming through. And especially these past few days and weeks, I've been feeling a lot of anxiety when it comes to this, because I've been holding back to the memory of not only the memory, but also the emotions of what I experienced. And that was not allowing me to open up completely to this love, or to not just to this man, but like to love in general, because I'm always expecting the shoe to drop. I'm always expecting the same thing to happen to me, just as it's always been. And it's like I open up, I give, I share, I am vulnerable, and then I'm like, shit, fuck. Now this person has power over me and is going to abandon me, or is going to reject me. And the reason I think this is, or I used to think this, is because of that's what happened always in the past. And so I am going to start just by sharing some of the quotes that I was hearing from Dr. Joe Dispenza, and then I'll maybe share experiences and maybe some perspectives that you may resonate with. One of the biggest quotes that I got from him that I think is so beautiful, and I feel it in my chest, oh my god, is: the love we withhold is the pain we experience lifetime after lifetime. And it doesn't have to be like a whole new lifetime, but like the past, like experiences from your past. So again, the love we withhold is the pain we experience in the past, or lifetime after lifetime. And it's like my brain has it's like a little hard for my brain to comprehend, but in my heart I feel it, and it did something to me. And I was like, oh my gosh, it took me back to Atlantis, because there's new updates. There's a new update. If you saw the video that I shared about Atlantean souls and like twin flames in Atlantis and the separation and all of those things, go check it out if you want to know a little bit more about that. It turns out that the person that I thought was the Atlantean man is actually someone else. So yeah, there's a lot that's been shifting and changing, and sometimes because it's all shifting so rapidly, and it's like, okay, like, am I being delusional? Am I crazy? Like, but it's like, again, tune into the feeling, like feel if it feels right, then it's true. If it feels wrong or it gives you anxiety, then it's not the truth. Keep searching. Yeah, so the love we withhold is the pain we experience lifetime after lifetime. And this, for me, and I'm only speaking for myself, I don't know about the other person or other people, I'm only speaking for myself. The love that I withhold, that I don't give to people, I don't do it fully, completely, because I am afraid that what I've experienced in the past is going to happen to me again. And so I always go into new connections, or like whenever I meet someone, it's like, oh, fuck. The anxiety immediately cripples in, the fear of being rejected, the fear of being abandoned comes back in, and it just makes me stop from fully jumping into the experience. And there's been a few times it's very hard for me to have intimacy with another person, to be close to another person, to have that physical connection. And the reason for this as well is because of what I have experienced in the past, or what I haven't experienced, which is that I never felt love or affection in a physical way from anyone in my life. We're all very, like in my family, for example, we're very like, I love you, but from a distance. Like, we know how we feel about each other, and we're gonna do everything to make sure that the other is okay, and we are going to take care of each other, but it's like we don't show affection. And so me now, like in relationships or when I meet someone, it's so hard for me to put the guard down and to fully allow myself to immerse in the experience of the love, of the intimacy. And something that I'm learning, and I'm allowing myself to be vulnerable. I think that's another thing. Vulnerability. It's like being in a position where the other person has total power over you, in a way, if that makes sense. So yeah, it's like losing control. Damn. Yeah. Now, another thing that he said that really resonated with me is overcome the memory and the emotion. And when you do, you belong to the future and not to the past. When we master our emotions, we master our creations. Overcome the emotion, and the story ends. I'm getting emotional, just so excited. Like I feel like I'm having a breakthrough. And this is information that is not new to me. Like, I've seen this. I wrote an ebook about recoding the matrix and talking about the mind and all of these things. But it's like sometimes the past and the memory of the past and the emotions that we attach to those memories are so strong that do keep us from fully being in this experience, from fully allowing ourselves to be in the experience of love. Not love romantic, but just love in general, love in life, love with life, in love with life. And so for me, it's like, yes, I've been holding on to the emotion of the memories of the things that I experienced in the past. I've been holding on to the many times I was rejected, and to the emotion that I felt because of that rejection, to the emotion that I felt because I was abandoned, and not just by the person that I loved, but by romantically, but by the person, the people that I loved in my life. Oh, it's going deep. I think I'm gonna cry. I always thought to myself and kind of made myself believe that I had a great childhood. And I do. I did. There were a lot of great things that happened. But one of the things that has been resurfacing for the past few years is that I felt abandoned by my mom. It's like that mother wound. And it's like I always felt like I was adopted. I always felt like I always got in trouble. It was like my brother could do no wrong, and I always was the one to be blamed for whatever happened. And I always got in trouble. And growing up, it's like my mom, she projected a lot of her fears and a lot of her anxieties onto me because I was the only female child in the family. It's my brother, myself, I'm the second child, and then the third one is my sister, but she was born later. She's like 10 years younger than me. So at first it was just my brother and I. And I always felt like she chose him over me. The relationship that I had with my dad was amazing. I think I'm actually his favorite because we're so similar. So it was always with my mom, like the relationship. And I know that it's because of the things she has experienced in her past. She lost her mom when she was very young, and she had to take care of her family. She had to be the one to cook for them, to clean the house, to make sure she was the matriarch of the family. And she had to grow up very fast. And I think that because that's the program that she had in her mind, she projected that onto me, and she tried to make me be the way things were with her. And I'm rebellious. I'm not gonna do what people tell me to do. And so I know I gave her a really hard time, but at the same time, I was a child. And I was also very emotional and very sensitive, but very detached from my emotions, which is weird. It's weird. But yeah, so the abandonment wound and the rejection wound, I realized, comes from my relationship with my mom. And then it just continued to develop and to grow because I was searching for love and I was searching for validation from other people, from friends, from people in work environments, and eventually from love from another man, and from social media as well. And so this is something that I've been just really working on for the past few years, especially this past few months. And then today, when I had this big breakthrough that I've been holding on so dearly for dear life to all of these emotions that I am attaching to the memories and to the experiences, it's like my brain finally was able to process that information and to make changes, to shift things, to integrate the information, because I am finally ready to do this thing, to make a change in my life. And so definitely, if you resonate with what I'm sharing and with the experiences that I am sharing, I highly recommend that you start really, really mastering your emotions. And one of the things that Dr. Joe Dispenza often says is like, don't tell me about the experience. Tell me about the emotion, or address the emotion of the experience. And like he said, overcome the emotion and the story ends. So yeah, that is crazy. Another thing that he says that goes along with what I'm sharing is memory without the emotional charge is the wisdom we get from the experience. We never have to do it again. Listen again. Memory without the emotional charge is the wisdom we get from the experience. When we remember things, like right now, I remember things that happened with this, I'm gonna call it the false twin flame guy. When I go back to those memories, when I used to go back to those memories, it was always feeling the pain of the rejection and feeling the anxiety of the unknown, of not knowing what's going to happen or how he feels about me, if he's thinking about me. It was like a lot of anxiety and a lot of fear. But there's potential here. We can go back to the memory, analyze how we acted, how we reacted, what we were thinking, but remove the emotional charge. So it's like we are stepping back into that past to analyze the memory, to see the things that were happening, but we're no longer being emotional about it. We are coming back into the past with a neutral state of mind, a neutral heart. And it takes a lot of work to get to that state where you can actually go back to a memory without feeling the pain. And I think right now, today, I'm able to do this because I've been doing the work for so many years. I've been committed to my journey, to healing, to feeling. And now I'm able to go back to those memories, to those experiences. And it's like, holy shit, like I actually did that. And it's like, there's a lot of wisdom, and there's a lot of wisdom there in those memories of that past connection that I can bring with me and implement in my life now, so that I can be better myself, and so that I can show up better in other relationships. So there's so much wisdom there for us to grasp, for us to bring with us to the present, to integrate in the present, and to start creating a future. And then a few other things that he said were break free from the chains of the past. And again, it's all about the emotional charge that we are giving the memories of our past stop showing up as the memory. So I think that's another level. So it's at the time, it's like, we don't have to keep reliving those things. We don't have to keep reliving those experiences. I feel like sometimes, and I'm just gonna speak for myself, I am addicted to feeling what I felt in the moment. It's crazy. But it's like this addictive pattern, and it's like I just keep going back to those memories. Why? Because maybe at the time it felt good just to feel something, but it's like now that I actually know how to feel and I know what I want to feel, is like I don't want to feel that anymore. So it's like, okay, so yeah, it's addictive to just go back to feeling the things and to going back to the memories. But it's like at one point we have to free ourselves from those memories so that we can be present in the now and start charging forward to a future that is not the cause and effect of the past that we no longer want. Does that make sense? And then another thing he says about the past is, you're thinking in the past. The answer is not there. Yeah. Let me process that. Give me a second. And I think for me, what this means, it's like, okay. Oof. And I'm gonna put relationships again as the example. When I stepped into this connection, this new connection with this new person, I was still thinking about the past. So I brought the past with me and I was comparing the two people, the experiences, the everything, the behavior, everything. I was comparing it to the other person. And the truth is that the answer is not in the past. How can I know this person if I'm still holding on to the memory of the past? So now I know that I can show up for this person if it's meant to be, and that I can be here now with him and not compare him to the past experience, to the past, but that I can be fully with him in the now and learn who he truly is, and not my projection of the past, and not the past that I am projecting onto him. Oh my gosh. So don't go back to the past. The answer is not there. The answer is here, now. And one more thing that I wrote that he said is, the soul has to overcome the event by overcoming the emotion. And this is where healing has to take place. Feeling has to take place. And I'm telling you, I was so detached from my emotions. Like, I felt a lot, but I never really knew what I was feeling. It was very analytical. Like, I was always searching for answers in my mind. Like, okay, I'm feeling this, but like, why? Like, going into my brain, into the corners of my brain just to find the answers. And then I learned that the answers are not in my brain, that they're in my heart, that they're in my body in general. Like, the body knows. And so I've been doing a lot of feeling. Whenever I feel something, I just lay down and I allow the feeling to come. And when I detach from the mind, I shut the head off, turn the mind off. And when I do that, answers come. The information that I need to know comes with the feeling that I have in my body, with the emotions that I am feeling in the body. And so, yeah, I think it's just so many powerful realizations. And I know this is probably all over the place because these are breakthroughs I'm having right now and that I'm experiencing. And you know, I just want to show up fully, authentically, real as I can be. And this is how my mind works on an everyday basis. And I'm sometimes having to just like chill myself down, like I put myself in a timeout a lot of the times because it's like my brain goes crazy. Like, I have a powerful mind and sometimes I can't control it. And so like the past few days I put myself on a timeout and I was like, you know what, girl, chill the fuck out. You need to breathe, just breathe. And I know that there's a lot going on astrologically, so many planets in retrograde, so many T-squares, so many oppositions. It's like, oh my god, like, we can't have time for that. But there's a lot of potential for breakthroughs. And for us truly analyzing and observing our lives, maybe not being too much part of the world, but it's like, let's focus on ourselves. Let's analyze what we're feeling, and I'm gonna say this, it does take us going to the past and feeling and going back to the memories and feeling the emotions so that we can fully overcome those emotions. So we have to be there. We do have to go there. But at one point, we do overcome the emotions and we can come back to the present moment and we can be here at peace and expecting the best possible outcome for the future. And one of the other thing that he always says is that feel the emotion of the future now. Feel the future now. It's like tune into the emotions of your future self now. Start embodying that version of you. Start embodying that love that you want in your life. That it's just like So yes, I'm in love, and I'm not afraid of being vulnerable and of showing off my love, because this is what I want. And I know that if it's not with this person, it's gonna be with someone that can give me what I deserve. The love that I deserve can be a match of the love that I have to give. And so, yeah, I'm just gonna end it here because I feel like I can keep rambling and it's not gonna make any sense. So this is just a raw video, and yeah, I hope you feel the love. Close your eyes again, just feel the love, open your heart, and don't be afraid to love because of what happened to you in the past. Just know that right now it's okay. Everything is okay, that you are safe, and that your past is not going to dictate your present nor your future. You are safe, and you don't have to expect the worst case scenario. Not anymore. You don't have to fear that someone is going to do to you what others have done to you. So give them a chance. Give yourself a chance. It's not gonna keep happening because you've learned. Lessons learned. So, yeah. Show off your love. Show it off. We need your love. People need to see that type of love. They need to feel that type of love that is so divine, so unconditional, so vibrant, and so perfect. If you resonated with this video, with my craziness, definitely leave me a like and share this with anyone that you feel may need a little oomph, a little bit of love in their lives. And yeah, I have everything that you need to know about me in the description of this video, my social media platforms and my Etsy shop. So if you want to get some crystals from me, I make them with my own little hands. And yeah, you can also find my website and starseed activations. Right now I have the Egyptian magic bundle with guided meditations that you can do, tuning into the Ankh conduit within the body, and then also I take you into the Ankh's temple within your mind or your inner universe. And I also have the reimagined version of the Anking with the Orgasm practice. It is a guided journey. And I also have a lapis lazuli guided meditation. Go check out the video that I uploaded yesterday about lapis lazuli. That's a good one too. And if I have any more breakthroughs or something happens in my life, I'm gonna come in and share with you. So subscribe, and I'll talk to you again soon. Bye.